I mean, it was just so heavy. That's the best way to describe it to you. Like the entire time we were shooting.
I've been having trouble sleeping. I wake up in different places. I find my things in different places. As if someone's there.
You've gone from Stranger Things to Elvis, and among other things, obviously, and now this intense psychological supernatural drama. How do you choose your roles, and what drew you to Went Up the Hill initially when you read the script?
So since Elvis and Stranger Things, I've largely taken 6 years off because I really wanted to focus on what I really want to be doing. And frankly, I was getting a lot of offers and a lot of stuff that I just was notoriety-based, fame-based, money-based, whatever else. And I was just like, look, why did I get into the industry? I want to be working with great filmmakers telling great stories. When I got sent the script by Samuel and the folks over at Causeway for Went Up the Hill, they first pitched it to me as a three-hander told by two actors. So the two actors share a third character. And firstly, I'd never heard of that before. Then I read it. I'd never read a script like it before. And then the sort of third tier to that was Samuel, the director's creative deck, which you usually get as an accompaniment to a script if you're being offered a role or considered for a role. And it was amazing. It's this whole PowerPoint presentation, and it was so beautiful. And I could see that he has a real specific style and taste. And that probably segues hopefully to the answer of your question, which is specificity is my most important thing in terms of filmmaker, co-star, anything. It's having a specific auteur vision over a film. That's what I'm the most interested in at this point in my career. And that goes for the characters I play as well. Characters that are really going to push me and test me. And in this case, I play two characters, one of which I share with arguably one of the greatest living actresses of our time. So for me, it was the greatest challenge of my small, limited career. And I really wanted to dive into that and unpack that and push myself. And I found it incredibly rewarding in every single way.
You're right when you say Vicky is just an incredible actor. And you talked about the three-hander in a two-hander.
Yes.
It feels like that would be a really exciting challenge for an actor. How did you work together with Vicky to bring Elizabeth's spirit to life, if you'll excuse the bad pun?
I mean, we had a whole rehearsal process booked, and we actually very quickly found out we didn't want to utilize that time because we found that we were actually going to give very different performances of Elizabeth. Because I don't know if the movie landed this way for you, but I perceive the movie not to be a supernatural film, but to be a film about two people that create their ghost in order to deal with their trauma. And because of that, their ghost fundamentally is going to be very different versions. So Jill's ghost of Elizabeth is going to be a very different version to Jack's ghost of Elizabeth. I mean, it was just so heavy the entire time we were shooting. Because of that, I didn't think we wanted to add another layer to, oh, well, I have to play Elizabeth the same way as she is.
Even those transitions when Elizabeth was sort of jumping from one to the other, like those kind of moments were just so powerful and shocking, and it was just like a split second. Did that sort of happen in the moment? Was that improvised, or
Samuel had planned everything? Every time they switch, we have a shot of the eyes opening. You know, I don't know if you saw those moments. All of the language, all of the rules of, let's call it engagement, right? So Elizabeth can only speak when asked a question. That was the main rule that Tori Annis, the co-writer, and Samuel, the director / co-writer, came up with. And there was so many things like that. So it was actually really specific. This wasn't the type of production where it was like, oh, we're going to do a ton of improv and come up with this and do this here. It's like, no, every single shot's planned, right? And one of the biggest studies that Samuel had done for reference was the Ingmar Bergman film Persona. So there was a lot of visual language that mirrors that film. Especially with Vicky and I in the frame. And if you look back at it and how it kind of the composition of the film.